if there's someone out there watching that is going through what I went through, just know it's gonna be okay. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So, as you can probably tell by the title, this video is going to be about my miscarriage. I don't know if I'll even be able to finish the video or upload it, but I'm going to try. I just know it's going to be really hard. So basically the reason that I'm filming this is because, I'm sorry if you hear Liam in the background. He's probably going to be super obnoxious throughout this whole video, but that's okay because he's happy. Basically the reason I'm making this video is because when I was going through the miscarriage, I didn't really know what to expect. I didn't know what was happening, to be honest. And like a lot of things in my life, I turned to YouTube. YouTube has always been a place where, wow, I didn't expect to get emotional this early in the video. Anyways, YouTube has always been a place where I can go and YouTube has always been a place where I can go and there's always somebody who has gone through what I'm going through or has answers to my questions. And when this was happening, I was really scared and I didn't know what was going on, and I went on the internet, which some people might disagree and say that you shouldn't do that because sometimes it can be really scary and scare you more than it can help you, but in my experience it's always been helpful. So that's what I did. I went on YouTube and I was just looking for help and answers, and I just realized that there are videos and there are people who have gone through what I've gone through, but there's not a lot. And I want to make this video, basically, if I can put my video up, just like any of the videos that I make, if it helps one person or makes one person happy, then that's a success to me. And I don't want to go through this and have it be for absolutely nothing. If I can get something good out of it, then I'm gonna try. So this is already a super long intro, but so basically, let me start off by giving you guys maybe a little backstory if you haven't watched my videos before or if you don't know me. So I'm 21. I have a 5-month-old son with my boyfriend, Johnny. If you didn't see my boyfriend tag video, I can link it in the card, just so you can kind of, I don't even know, meet us a little bit better and get to know us a little better. We've been dating for 3.5 years. We found out we were pregnant with Liam about a year ago. On July 7th, I guess, was the day. And he is now 5.5 months old. He'll be 6 months old on September 5th. And I just wanted to tell you guys a little bit about my pregnancy with Liam. So when I found out I was pregnant, I was about 8 weeks pregnant. Liam's in his bed, which is just right down the hallway. there's really nowhere else that I can film right now because my house is a mess, so I might be talking a little quieter. Also, I don't even know if I'll include this part in the video. Also, I'm really sorry if this entire video is an entire disaster. I can hear him crying. Not really crying, he's just whining. This is what he does before he goes to sleep. But he was really tired. Okay guys, sorry if the angle's a little different. My camera fell and then it just randomly stopped recording. So that's my life right now. Nothing is working out. So let me just start over. I was talking about Liam and my symptoms when I realized I was pregnant with him. I had really sensitive nipples and extremely heightened sense of smell, and I was really nauseous. So with this pregnancy, I don't even remember exactly, but about, I'd say a month ago, I just had a feeling that I was pregnant. And it's just so weird. Like, if you have ever been pregnant, you kind of just know. And that's what it was for me. So, the first thing that kind of made me realize was that I had super heightened sense of smell, just like with Liam. And I was nauseous, but I had also been like getting sick from some medication that I was taking, so I wasn't really sure if that had to do with me being pregnant or if it was still from the medication, although I had stopped taking it a few days earlier, like when I did realize. I just kind of thought I was pregnant, so I decided to take a pregnancy test. I took one and it was negative, which is a whole nother story. Not really a whole nother story, but it's just like crazy. We weren't trying, obviously. Liam's only not even 6 months old yet. I mean, not that you can't have a baby that soon, but we weren't trying. We do want more kids, but not yet. So yeah, we weren't trying, but I just knew. I knew. But I took the pregnancy test and it was negative, so I was just like, wow, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe it's just, you know, postpartum hormones. And so I just didn't really think anything of it. I didn't go to the doctor because I didn't think I was pregnant. And then I also had gotten my period. I ended up getting my period after I took the pregnancy test, so I knew I wasn't pregnant. And so then after that, Johnny ended up going to North Dakota about 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. He left for North Dakota for a new job. He works 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. And so he was gone, but the entire time he was gone, I still felt pregnant. And we had talked about it. I told him that I thought I was pregnant. I took a test and it was negative though, so I didn't really say much after that to him. So let me rewind a little bit. I'm sorry, I know this video is probably gonna be all over the place. Let me rewind to Liam. So when he was born, I went into labor at 42 weeks, and almost 42 weeks exactly. I was scheduled for an induction the day after I actually gave birth to Liam. So scheduled for an induction on the 6th, and he was born on the 5th. I did end up having to have a C-section. The C-section overall was pretty traumatic, I guess you would say. If you want, you can watch my labor and deliver video. I can link it in a card above if you want to hear more about it. But it was kind of traumatic for me anyways. But afterwards, I healed really well. I healed quicker than, you know, is kind of expected. At my 6-week checkup, my doctor told me that everything looked great and that he didn't think that I should have any problems, like having another baby. So yeah, fast forward again, I guess. Johnny came home from North Dakota, and it was really hectic and stressful because we were moving into a new house, this house that we're in now, and he had to buy a new truck. And it was his birthday. His birthday was coming up. So there was just a lot going on, and I was pretty stressed. So on the 12th of August, I was still feeling pregnant. I really just thought I was pregnant. I took another pregnancy test, and this time it was positive, but it was really, really faint. So I was a little bit confused because I kind of knew a time frame for when we would have conceived, and since Johnny had been gone, I knew that well, first of all, like, I either would have been like less than a week since I conceived, or it would have been over a month, like 6 weeks, 8 or 6 weeks, something like that, in between that, since I conceived. And so I was confused. I knew it was too soon to be positive if we had conceived within the last week, and I knew that it should have been pretty positive, like pretty absolutely positive, if we conceived when I thought. So I was confused, but I think I was just being naive, and just kind of, I don't really know what I was thinking. I just didn't think anything of it, really. So honestly, on the 12th, when I took that pregnancy test, I didn't tell Johnny yet because I wanted to tell him his birthday was on the 14th. So I was gonna wait. And tell him on his birthday. Yeah. So I wanted to wait and tell him on his birthday. And so then I took that pregnancy test on the 12th. I took it early in the morning too, so it should have been a really high, like the highest concentration. That's when you're supposed to take pregnancy tests. So we were moving that day. Into the new house. We were moving all the big stuff, the beds and the couch and everything. So I started probably about mid-afternoon I started getting like cramps, which is weird for me. I don't usually get period cramps or anything like that. If I do, they're pretty mild. So I didn't really know. I again was being naive. I think I knew what was happening, but I didn't say anything. I didn't start bleeding yet. I was kind of spotting, which I know that's normal when you're pregnant, to an extent, because that happened to me when I was pregnant with Liam, and it was totally normal, and obviously he's perfectly fine and healthy. So I didn't say anything. I just went through the day, and we moved, and I started unpacking. And then the next day, the 13th, we were just gonna go look at trucks. Johnny wanted to buy a new truck, and that was fine. I just wanted to spend time with him. We hadn't really got to spend a lot of time together since he had gotten back, since we were moving and packing and all that. So we went for a drive just to look. There was one that he had seen and he really wanted. It didn't work out, but we ended up finding one totally unexpected. And when we got there, I went to the bathroom. I had been having cramps all day, all morning. And when we got to the dealership, I went to the bathroom, and I was bleeding, and I still didn't, I don't know if I didn't put the pieces together or if I was just still being naive. I really don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. I basically was like, it's a weird time of the month for me to get my period. Was early, because I usually have a very consistent period almost to the day. So I was confused. That's what I thought was happening. I thought I was just getting my period early. At first it was just really bright red, which is odd, but not completely unusual for me. And so I just went back out there and acted like everything was normal because I kind of thought it was. And then it wasn't normal because I started bleeding a lot, but I didn't want to say anything because we were gonna buy this truck, and I knew that if I said something to Johnny, he wouldn't buy it and we would just leave. Which, looking back now, I don't know if I would do the same thing or not. I probably would, because I still didn't really realize what was going on. Then we ended up buying the truck. We came home, and that's when it started getting really bad. I was passing clots. I had been earlier as well, but they weren't as big, and so that's why I wasn't as concerned. But we got home, and this is when I kind of started Googling or looking on YouTube for answers. And to me, I was pretty certain that I was having a miscarriage. I was having to go to the bathroom and just sit, and I was bleeding and passing clots. They were pretty big. That's when I finally said something to Johnny, and I told him what was happening. And I basically just laid there and I cried. It was really hard for me. You never expect that to happen. It's never even in your mind. Well, for me anyway, I had a perfectly healthy pregnancy with Liam, and as soon as I took that pregnancy test, I was so happy and I was so excited. I knew that it was soon and it was not planned, but Liam wasn't planned either, and Liam is the best thing that's ever happened to me, and he makes me so happy. And so I was happy. We were gonna have another baby. We wanted more babies. And I was so excited to tell Johnny. And so the next day was Johnny's birthday, and he had plans to go out on a drive with his brother and dad, and I wanted him to go. He told me he would stay and be with me, but I wanted him to go. I told him to go. I went to the doctor, and told them what was happening. Basically, they took some blood, and did a pregnancy test. They did an ultrasound, and there wasn't a baby anymore. But the test was positive for pregnancy, which means that I still have HCG, or had, but the level was so low, and it was too low for how far along I should have been. And so basically they confirmed that I had a miscarriage. And they just had me go home, and let it happen, basically. So that's what happened. This has been about a week, or what's today, Monday? I guess it's been exactly a week since the miscarriage actually happened. I really just wanted to make this video because I want people to know, or women to know, that they're not alone, and because I know I felt alone, and I still feel alone, even though I have Johnny and he's very he's supportive and as loving and supportive as he can be, as he knows how to be. I know he doesn't know how to deal with it, just like I don't know how to deal with it, but we're doing it together, and I'm so thankful for him, and I'm so thankful for Liam, that I have him and he's healthy. But I just want, if anyone's watching this and they're going through the same thing, I want you to know that you're not alone, and that it's really common, and you didn't do anything wrong, because I know that's the first thing that comes to mind, and that's all I have thought about, is what I could have done to prevent it, even though I know there was nothing I could do, and I did everything I could have done. I also want to say to my friends and family who didn't know, it might be hard for you to find out this way. I'm sorry for that, but I didn't want to have to go through this in person or over the phone so multiple times. I'm sorry, but I think I'm gonna end the video here, and thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry if it was not really exciting or too graphic. I tried to keep it slightly on the PG side. But thanks for watching, and if there's someone out there watching that is going through what I went through, just know it's gonna be okay. You'll be okay, and if you need someone to talk to, I'm here. You can DM me on any of my social media. It'll be linked down below. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys.